Now that we've found the center of gravity of each individual shape, we can now combine them back into one shape and find the combined center of gravity. So the first step is to pick our axis. I've picked this bottom left side as the axis. You can pick any point, you'll get the same location but a different number because you've started from a different place. I'm going to start from here. So let's start by putting the equation. The equation we're going to use is sum of all the areas multiplied by x bar, y bar is equal to the sum of the individual areas multiplied by their centers of gravity from the axis that we've picked, the reference point. So starting from the total area, and the total area is going to be the area of the curve on the left, 2/3, so starting with the total area, starting from the left to the right, area of the left curve is 2/3, area of the rectangle is 0.3, and the area of the right curve is 2/3. That's the total area of our car bonnet multiplied by x bar, y bar is equal to, now let's start with the first area, which is the section on the left, 2/3. Now multiplied by, we have the center of gravity of this thing from this line, from the y-axis, but our reference point is here. So if you imagine the center of gravity to be here, we have this, but we need this. So we do 1, the total length, minus this gives us the remainder. So in our case, it's going to be 1 minus 3/8. That's going to be our x bar. Now the y bar is simply the height of the center of gravity, which in our case is going to be the same thing. It's going to be this here, which we found earlier. We don't have to add anything in this case. So it's simply going to be 2/5. That was the y bar, if you remember. Plus the area of the middle section, which is 0.3, multiplied by, now the center of the rectangle in the middle was around here somewhere. We found it to be 0.15 from here, half of this distance. So 0.15. But again, we have to go back to our axis, this green axis here. So 0.15 plus the whole length here, which is 1. 1 plus 0.15 is 1.15. So x bar is going to be 1.15. Now y bar is going to be, for the rectangle here, is going to be half of this length like we found earlier, 0.5. Go back to the axis is the same line anyway, so it's going to be 0.5. So 1.15 for x, 0.5 for y, plus, now 2/3 multiplied by, again if we take the center of gravity of this, in our calculations in the previous video, we found it from here. This was x bar, but we need it back to the axis. So what we found, plus this distance, plus this distance. So you can see it's going to be 1.3 plus 3/8. So 1.3 plus 3/8. That's going to be our x bar. As for y bar, it's the same thing as the height, which is simply 2/5. You can see there, it's going to be this height here, 2/5, which we found in the previous video. Now, let's expand these vectors here with the numbers, starting first of all with the total area. The total area of this shape will be, keeping in fractions, will be 49 over 30. So we can put here 49 over 30 multiplied by x bar, y bar equals, now starting with this first section here, 2 over 3 multiplied by all of this here. 8 over 8 minus 3 over 8 is 5 over 8. So 5 over 8 multiplied by 2 over 3. That gives you a value of 5 over 12. Doing the same with the y as well, 2 over 3 times 2 over 5 is 4 over 15. And continuing with the rest of the vectors. So the next one is going to be 69 over 200. I'm keeping it all in fractions to be as accurate as possible. And the y bar is going to be 3 over 20. Plus the final one is going to be 67 over 60. Followed by 16 over 45. There we have it. Now, what we do next is we add all the x's together, add all the y's together, so we have a single vector on this side. Divide both by this will give you x bar and y bar. So, the single vector will in fact be eventually 49 over 30 x bar y bar is equal to a single vector with the x as 1127 all divided by 600 and the y will be 139 over 180 all divided by 180. So that's the total vector. Dividing each one of those by the area, 49 over 30, will give you x bar y bar vector as equal to 1.15 and 0.47. So in the end now we can change it to decimal places, that's fine. In the end we have these two values here.